What is good, people? Welcome back to another video. Now in today's video we're going to be messing around with these wheels again. Make sure if you do enjoy these vlogs, give it a like and subscribe. So if you are new here, greetings, this is my Golf estate. We are in the process of fitting some new wheels. These in question are Kershaw Futuras 17 by 8.5 ET30. So we've gone with 195/40/17, and just to give you a reference, that's where they sit. It's not crazy stretch, it's not dangerous stretch. Well, it needs lowering a bit more, I'll be honest, but it looks good. I think there is still poke, but because we're not that low, it doesn't really seem too bad. So from here you kind of lose the wheel. Oh, it looks good. It looks good, people. It's just this arch gap here. It does look good. I do like the camber, I'll be honest, but there's a part of me that doesn't want it. So there's another way I can go. It involves shaving the brake caliper down even more. That will eliminate the 5mm spacer. Brake cup is here, wheel will poke here. So with a 5mm spacer, the wheel is further out to the arch. Now if I get rid of that, I'll have to use less camber because this lip is poking less, if that makes sense. Anyway, we'll roll the car out and we'll have a better look then. My feedback is, if I can get as less camber on the front as possible, then I'm onto a winner, because the back's going to be sat straight with natural camber, and then the front's going to be cambered quite a bit. So if I can try and help it, I'll do everything I can to not do as much camber. So when I first bought this car, the head unit had not been wired in properly. What I mean by that is when you switch the car off, switch it back on, it completely resets all of the audio settings, and you've got to kind of input it in every single time you start the car. Now it's an easy fix, I've just never been asked to do it, and I think the reason why I haven't been asked to do it is because I've been waiting for this video today, and that is when I'm installing a brand new head unit. We've got some tools, basic tools we need: heat shrink, wire cutters, torch, screwdrivers, bits and bobs. So this is the current state of the car. We took the vent off because we thought I could get my hand through, but I couldn't. Removed the headlight switch, so I could pull the wiring out to here, and then I could transfer it over. It's all over now. That's connected to the back. I'm just trying to figure out what this little black wire does. Looking at this instructions makes no damn sense. So it says, if possible, select an option for the receiver to power the aerial from the center core of the coax wire. I'm presuming it's that, because that's already, it doesn't really have an option to go anywhere else. If a certain core of the coax wire, if it's not possible, then connect the black wire up to the 12-volt aerial output of the receiver. So I'm presuming whichever is the aerial out, or maybe that goes into the back, but then that goes there. So I'm not quite sure. I think what I'm just going to do is plug that in, turn it on, see if it powers up and runs through the channels okay. If it does, I'm just going to hide this wire out of the way, because it is saying stuff like, if possible, and if there's not possible, then connect the wire to somewhere else, alternatively go somewhere else. So maybe it's not that important, or maybe I look silly in the next clip I'm annoyed because it doesn't work. BT dab, one extra, number 1, no label, crap. Oh, I spoke too soon. For God's sake, I'm sure that blue, you don't need to connect the blue wire, that's remote. Back to the drawing board. Yeah, so we think that the wire is as damaged as that's the reason why we're not getting any dab stations. We have got a ton to do. We've got a list just here. We've got a buddy coming over from Southampton, so credit to him, he's going to do a 3-hour drive to come over and help us. We're going to be swapping over the front doors and fixing a lot of the bodywork on this car. At some point we'd like to get it painted. I've been and ahhing of what I'm doing, but at least we can get all the prep work done, get the dents sorted, the sills are straightened out and everything like that. He has tasked me to start stripping out the front end, get the lights out of the grille, and maybe start on the bumper. So that's what we're going to be doing now while he's making his way here, and we're just going to get straight onto it. Alright people, so we have now removed pretty much everything on the front end we need to kind of get the doors off and stuff, and as mentioned by Ben earlier, he said it's actually quite clean for a Mark III. It's not too bad. Still got all the original, what is it, wax oil? Yeah. Wax oil still there. There's no signs of anything rotting, anything rusting, which usually you kind of get stone chips and whatnot. So yeah, quite happy with it at the minute. Everything is laid out there, which kind of looks fun. It's like a, what are those build a car sets you can get where you twist the little bits out? Meccano. That's the one. It kind of reminds me of that. So everything is out. Now we can get the doors off, because it just makes everything a lot easier. Because we had to take off that wing anyway, we just thought we'd take both off just to make life a bit easier. And then we're going to kind of take the front doors off, swap them over, swap all the bits over. Sound good? Brilliant. It looks so weird. Looks so funny.
Did you make them?
Yeah, they're very necessary.
I was going to say that. I was wondering how you get it in and out.
It's a nightmare to do, but otherwise it still sits on the bump. So it is now a true 4-door. It looks so bad, but everything has been removed. We're just going to go ahead and start cleaning around the door shuts and stuff. It ain't too bad. There's no rust, anything anything concerning. We've got some holes from the wood screws that the idiot body shop did, but you live and you learn. He's just going to go ahead now and get some compound. I think we're going to polish this side. This is probably the best time to clean it, because when the door's on, all of this is kind of covered. So we're going to be using my door seal, because just here there's no bubbling whatsoever on this seal, but on this one, despite being half the mileage, there's a little bit of bubbling there. So we're just going to swap the seals over. I'll use my original glass because of the reg, so everything kind of matches, and then just swap everything, but making some progress. God damn.
Them bits we need.
Yeah, gone. I mean, you can still see.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In a minute,
I'll
bring out a sander and I'll sand these bits down and then I'll polish it.
Wow. So, quick update. We've now, well, Ben's just sanded off all the overspray with some 3000 and then gone and buffed it all up, so all the door shut looks nice. At the bottom is a ton better. Before it was really rough, wasn't it, Ben?
Yeah.
It was like really rough and just faded, so it's just again 3000 and a bit of polish, got all that up, and then we should be ready to swap everything over to the other door and then do the same on the other side. But now we've kind of done it, it's kind of, the next side will be a lot quicker to do. Sit rep. New door is now on. So everything is lined up, all good. Glass is in, the reg match one, and then coming in, we found that the regulator was slightly bent. I think it was catching somewhere here, so it wasn't actually sitting right. And also, common thing on the regs, these clamps here. This is a back one, but just for reference, where it slots in here, there's like a little square tab on the cable that kind of slots in. At the top it was broken off, so it was a nightmare to keep getting in and out. Luckily, with the doors, the manual regulators were still in, and those clamps are exactly the same. So future reference, you can swap them over from manual ones, because looking at these here, it still has the cable on the manual ones is the same as the electric. It's just that there's a motor turning the cables in opposed to a manual winder. Look, it's looking so much better already. I mean, this damage on this one, so that's the new one. In fact, I should show you the old one first. So here you can see the big dent. Also, the reason why, another fault that happened from the damage is the door lock had broken. The tab that kind of twists the lock in had broken, because this is bent in and it's kind of put some pressure on and broke. Now that's kind of sorted, we've kind of rectified another thing. I've just ordered a repair kit, so when that comes we'll get the locks working on this side, but it never worked anyway, so I can kind of deal without it. The door still opens and closes, and we'll get everything else put back in.
You can kind of see which ones do come out and don't come out.
Yeah, you can tell just the...
Yeah. That's because it's gone through near enough to the primer.
Yeah.
But either way, after mopping it, they would still be a lot less visible, say.
Looks so much better than it did before. Can you see the dent? Yeah, they look very obvious. No, it's not. Wow.
That's a bit better, isn't it?
Mate, you can't barely see that one anymore. That's good. That's
Like I
very
say,
good.
if I had a lot more time,
Yeah.
next time I come up.
Makes me want to have a go myself at stuff, because I've got a DA up there.
Yeah, honestly, it would work. You just got to just take your time and patience.
Yeah.
That's all you got to think about. When people burn through paint, I don't know. Feel it quick. You might feel it with your arm.
It's warm, I can
It's warm.
feel it. Yeah.
That's how people burn through, because if you hold it in the same place, or if you mop that section for 5 minutes,
yeah.
you're going to burn through because the panel gets too hot.
Gets warm, yeah.
So what I tend to do is I do a square like that, and then I do a bit there, move on. Right, cool down, go back over it, clean it off. All right, yeah, that's nice. But like I say, that took what, 2 minutes. If I use one of these,
hardly any time
if
at all.
I used that with a sander, one of them ones with a sander, it would take a lot more of the scratches off.
Fair enough. No, that looks so much better. So I'm gonna have a go doing this bottom section here. You can see there's a few scratches and whatnot. So light rub. Oh, I hate this. I feel like I'm wrecking it.
You don't need to push too hard, you just need to kind of glide over it. With the cloth next to you, you can wipe it off and you can see what bits you have and haven't done.
I just don't feel right. Dab it on the...
Yeah. I think I might have to open it.
Yes.
Yeah, you snake it, so you go across, backwards and forwards, left to right, and then after you've done that, you can, depending on what sort of panel it is, you go up and down, and then that removes any swell marks or any lines you've left.
Not too shabby. I think that's better.
I mean, it's definitely shinier.
Yeah.
I can see your reflection in it now.
It's got rid of the scratches, a few, but they were quite... Yeah, that one's a bit...
Yeah, I can hear from here that they're a little bit...
stuff in it. I don't know. But yeah, it looks way better than it did before.
You're quite lucky you've got a dark colour. If you had a bright colour, you'd need to use like a clay bar. Because all the fallout, so when you're driving down the motorway, you get like tar.
Yeah.
We call it fallout in what we do, and it's you use like a clay bar and it'll take it all off, and then you mop the car. That tends to happen more on say silver and white cars because you can see it more.
So cool. Well, I can be cameraman now for a bit.
Hand it back over.
What are we doing now? Just going back onto the front,
I reckon
other side.
Get the other door switch round.
Sound.
Get the other door switch round, and then we're...
So wings on. Wing now doesn't rub the door. It did last time a lot because the body shop did such a great job at doing their job. Wings all bolted. Doors now on. Everything is now connected in. Door card is now on. It's pretty much the other side. Also did a post. I did a story on Facebook. So I took a photo of all these bits here. And I put breaking estate, everything for sale £5, and I had so many people message thinking I was being serious. Guys, I would not let some hella lights go for £5. Come on, let's be real. Let alone a VR6 genuine VR6 splitter. But anyway, let's carry on with the next side. We have now finished. Both front doors are now on. The offside wing has now been replaced. It will get replaced at some point. It was just a temporary measure because the other one was absolutely destroyed. Front end is on. Everything is pretty much built back up. So I thought I'd add this progress onto the back end of the vlog, because there's no point making an extra vlog just for these little bits. So we've been doing prep work for GTI Festival, and we've pretty much machine polished the whole car. Let me give you a quick run around. Get the trusty light out. Obviously you can tell the door's slightly out, but at this point there's only a slight difference. The whole car machine polished. I also fitted the side mouldings. This one was missing and the back one was missing, so I've just fitted those. It looks a hell of a lot better on this side because, as you guys would have seen, this whole side was missing the trim. It looked absolutely awful. Now we've just got this one. We do have a spare just down there, but it's in Mulberry, so it won't make sense to put a random purple trim on. Yeah, the whole car pretty much went round, polished, and then we treated all the black trims to solution finish. So much better, so much cleaner. Just can't wait to get the wheels on now. I was hoping to get this done before GTI Festival, but some things have come up, and it's probably, well, it's the same reason why I've not been uploading, but I'm not ready to talk about it yet, so just be patient with me. One little bit of progress I wanted to share with you guys is one thing I've been meaning to sort out since I've first wrapped the car, and that is black grab handles. If we go into the interior, as you can tell, mine are awful. I painted these at the same time. God, this lighting. Wait, let me check this on. That's a bit better. I put these grab handles on at the same time as I wrapped the headliner, so they've not really stood the test of time. But they were painted DIY. I didn't really prep them. I didn't wipe them down. I just kind of sprayed them straight over. We did buy some genuine black ones. These weren't too much money actually, and I jumped on the chance. And we're just going to install them now. I'm going to be doing the headliner anyway, but I just thought I've got little things here and there that I need to be putting on the car, so I thought I'd start with this, and then we'll carry on. Gotta say, so much better, and the reason why, not only is the finish better, but it actually sits more flush to the headliner. I just put one next to the old set, and the old set sat about there. Just looks so much cleaner, and the fact that you can pull them all the way down, yeah, so much better. Been meaning to get around to doing this for about 2 years now, but it is all done and very happy with it. I think there's one more thing we need to do, and I'll probably call it a day. So we'll show you what it is before and after, and then we'll crack on. Oh, so much better. You can tell that light already. It's close to that.
Oh yeah, that's way better.
Well, hopefully I can see a little bit better in the night now. Cool, well we'll put the other one on and then pump up the tyres, ready for tomorrow. Oh yes, they're all on now. Beautiful. I think that's pretty much all I want to do today. Look in here, massive difference, so much better. Very happy with that. Handles are now on, the car is now washed, everything is loaded. I'm pretty much gonna have a quick tidy up and then we're ready for GTR Festival tomorrow. That of course is going to be a separate vlog, so watch out for that one, and we're going to call it a day. So make sure you give this video a like, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.